Hello, welcome to my new YouTube channel, Trump Take 5. Whatever you thought about Donald J. Trump prior to him becoming the president, despite what you think about him now as the president, I think we can all agree that there's one thing he's not good at, and that is doing his job. On the other hand, there's one thing he is good at, and that is dominating the media 24 hours a day. It's my personal belief that our president, Donald Trump, everything that he does that has any importance in a given day can be reported on in a 5-minute video. I think it might be hard some days to stretch it out to 5 minutes, honestly. Now, just in the interest of full disclosure, I am not a Trump supporter. I've never been a Trump supporter. I actually didn't like the man way before he started to run for president. That's not what this channel's about. I have no interest in trying to change anybody's mind or arguing the finer points of what he's trying to do. The only thing I have is my experience. And my experience is that this barrage of Donald Trump 24 hours a day that we've been living through for what seems like forever at this point is not really good for us. Trump Take 5 is a very simple project that I'm undertaking, and I'm going to try to explain it for you here. As mentioned, the current U.S. President, Donald J. Trump, is bad at a lot of things. We can use the example of him saying he's a great businessman. That's clearly not true. Many other things he says that he's good at. Turns out he's not. But what makes him more dangerous than anything, in my opinion, is that one thing I mentioned that he is good at, and that's dominating the news. We can't blame the media organization. On either side, if you love him, you want to see him all the time. If you hate him, you want to see him all the time so that you can complain about him all the time. That's a reality that we just have to live through. That's not going to change. What we used to call the news, the media organizations, they're businesses, and they're going to put on TV what people want to watch, what keeps them there. It's so incredibly polarized. Whichever side you're on, there's a media organization that's happy to make their money telling you the side of the story that fits your already existing belief. The idea of this project, though, is it's something I've had for a long time, and frankly didn't want to do it because thinking about Trump more is not something that I look forward to. The motivation for me doing this, though, is that, one, I want to do something that may benefit others. In a time of great turmoil, I'd like to make a contribution that would be helpful. I have a real fear that the polarization behind the news media now and in politics and American politics in general has only one real conclusion, and that's a collapse, the collapse of our country, a collapse of our system of politics. Again, these aren't things that I want to debate here, but I guess it's fair to give you my personal beliefs. I'm not advocating giving up whatever your fight might be. I would, however, pose a couple questions. Is your immersion on a personal level in the media coverage related to this sad state of affairs affecting your life? 2, is the time you spend being outraged and transmitting that outrage into the social media universe making any difference as far as making the other side change their minds? They're questions that aren't easily answered, and what might be right for you might not be right for someone else. I realize this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. The point is, our lives have been hijacked by someone doing the only thing they've really been proven to be good at. I don't believe that reading the media that is carefully produced just for you and then shouting it out into that echo chamber is making much difference beyond diminishing your quality of life. These are dangerous times. There are real things that we must resist and that we must mobilize against. But we can't let it take away from living our normal lives at the same time. So the point of this YouTube channel is more or less to put President Trump into the penalty box. He actually should be ejected from the game. We don't have the power to do that at this moment. That is the idea in a nutshell. 5 minutes of the most important Trump information for the day without all the BS. You could watch every day, watch whenever you need a break from all the madness, try it for a week, see how you feel at the end of that, or you could watch it and then watch 24 hours of Trump on top of that. It doesn't really matter. Donald Trump doesn't do anything that we couldn't discuss in 5 minutes. That's the concept. We could talk about everything important that he does in a day in 5 minutes. Yet we live in a world where we're in a constant battle to not see him. I hope you'll like this video. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and follow along. I'm very interested in your feedback. Have you tried this before? And you've walked away from media before, and how did you feel at the end? It sounds silly. It's so easy to say don't watch, but you feel like you're missing out, like something important might happen. And that's why I'm here. So that's the idea of the project. I hope you'll join along with me, tell your friends, share it, engage with it, and just feel happier about your life at the end of the day. Thanks for watching.